some more all of this. Joining us now, Republican Congressman Ted Yoho of Florida. He's a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He's the chairman of the Subcommittee on Asia and the Pacific. Congressman, thanks for joining us. I want to quickly get your reaction. Republican Senator Bob Corker, the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, says that President Trump could lead the country to World War III. Do you share his concerns?
No, I think the situation could lead to that, and certainly nobody wants to go into World War III or any kinetic conflict. The goal is to put sanctions on North Korea, have the world buy into it, bring them to the negotiating table, and get a diplomatic end to this. You know, all North Korea has to do is look at the satellites at night and compare South Korea to North Korea. You know, you can see what a democracy and a market economy does, and you can contrast that with Vietnam, who we were at war with the Vietnam War. They embraced market economies. They're a communist state, but they're our 16th largest trading partners. Neither country has a nuclear weapon, so nuclear weapons is not the answer. Economic trade, and let's work on those things that we can agree on, and then put the nuclear weapons away.
But North Korea clearly is not Vietnam. The North Korean foreign minister just today said President Trump has lit the wick of war, that his speech at the UN was insane. President Trump has given indications that he's ready for what's called the military option. Would you support military action against North Korea?
Only if North Korea attacked us. At this point, no. And I don't believe President Trump lit the wick for this. I think we need to go back over the previous administrations, and we've seen this escalation with North Korea gaining missile technology, perfecting them, from a nuclear bomb to possibly a hydrogen bomb. This is something that's been going on and on. President Trump didn't light the wick. We're coming off of 8 years of strategic patience, which has turned a blind eye and allowed these regimes to do this. And so President Trump has made a very clear statement saying he will defend the United States, our territories, and our allies, as our agreements with South Korea states. And so we're going to stand by that. Kim Jong-un is the one that's lighting the wick and flamming the flames by his rhetoric of showing TV commercials of the United States blowing up and talking about how he's going to, you know, light a ring of fire around our fleet out in the Pacific. So he's the one that's inflaming this. Donald Trump is the adult in the room saying, enough's enough. We're serious here.
But, you know, there's been a very angry, nasty rhetoric, as you know, on both sides. And it's not just the last 8 years of the Obama administration where there was what you call strategic patience, the 8 years of the Bush administration, the 8 years of the Bill Clinton administration. Diplomacy was tried and repeatedly failed. In part, that's why North Korea now has nuclear bombs capable of minimizing those nuclear bombs. This has been going on for a long time. When the president calls the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, a little rocket man, does that help?
No, I mean, it doesn't help. I mean, to get respect, you got to show respect. And, you know, in the beginning, the rhetoric, maybe, you know, to start, I don't know what kind of dialogue, but if we want to come to the table, people have to be respectful of each other, come to the table, and then work out our differences. You know, the goal is to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula, but we have to have a starting point. And so you're going to do that by showing people respect, and we'll move forward. But you're not going to get it when North Korea also sits there and he's going to annihilate the United States, our allies, and shooting missiles over Japan. Those are inflammatory actions. We have not done anything like that. We've continued the military-to-military exercises we've had with South Korea. I believe it's been since the 60s, and we've continued this. This is nothing new. North Korea, again, is the one that's being the aggressor in this. And I would encourage Kim Jong-un to look at the results of South Korea. They've got a vibrant economy. You know, look at it at night from a satellite, or look at how Vietnam is our 16th largest trading partner. We focused on trade, not trying to annihilate each other.
President Trump today said he wants the nuclear arsenal modernized and, in his words, in tip-top shape. Would you like to see a lot more money spent maintaining not only the current nuclear arsenal, but getting that nuclear arsenal modernized in tip-top shape, as the president says, even if it's going to cost billions and billions of additional dollars?
Well, the price of freedom is very expensive, Wolf, with the world today. It's not just our nuclear arsenal that needs to be in tip-top shape. all of our military needs to be in tip-top shape. This is something, again, if you go back to Bill Clinton ignored our military, President Bush consumed it, President Obama, did whatever he did, and he didn't rebuild it. This is a time to rebuild it. Our military readiness and preparedness is not like it should be, and so this is a time to rebuild, and if we don't do it today, it's going to be that much more expensive. And I agree with him that we should update it and modernize it for the 21st century in the hopes that we never have to use it, and that reiterates the word of Ronald Reagan, peace through strength. Or Theodore Roosevelt, walk softly and carry a big stick. And you can only do that by modernizing it, have it well equipped, ready to deploy anywhere, anytime, and hope you never have to do it, and use that as a deterrent so that we never have to go to war again. You and I have been at war since we were kids in this country, from Korea to Vietnam to the present day conflicts. Enough's enough. Let's focus on the human capital that we have, and where can we be if we invested in people and research and development and not in wars. And that's through diplomacy and just strong allies.
Congressman Ted Yoho of Florida. Congressman, thanks for joining us.